Page 51, Starlit Melody. This is the first lesson I'm giving for Unit 4. So page 50, they have some reading, staff reading. We do staff reading all the time. That's what reading music is. Warm-ups. I don't like warm-ups. You can do those if you want. Have fun with them. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask. They talk about skips. In music, we have a thing called a step and a thing called a skip. Isn't that nice? A step is an interval of a second, where you're just going up or down one note. You stepped up or you stepped down. A skip is anything bigger than that. Here they're doing thirds. 1, 2, 3. Up or down. That's a skip, but a skip could be bigger than that. That's a skip. An octave is a skip. So a step is next to it, and a skip is anything bigger than that. You might run across the terms. So steps and skips, as long as you know what they are, that's good enough for me. Now let's talk about this melody thingy over here. I look it over, I see it's 1 page long, treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. I look around, I see quarter notes and half notes and whole notes and some nonsense going on in the last measure. We'll have to talk about that. Really, both hands, they're just playing one hand at a time, so I'm going to take both hands together here. So the right hand starts here, that puts you here. And the left hand, when it comes in, you're here, and that puts you here. Notice the whole rests in the bottom staff, the little box, that's a whole rest. They're accounting for 4 counts in the measure. Well, look at the last measure. You have a half note in the bottom staff, and that's it. Then you have the 2 quarter notes in the top staff, and that's it. So neither of those staves have 4 counts in them. What they've done is they combine the staves together, and you have to consider both staves to get your full 4 counts. I don't care for this kind of writing, but it makes it a little easier to read. So, okay, as long as you understand the counting, that's what counts. Okay. So again, back here, the right hand, and the left hand's here. So it's 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Get the idea? You go through and do it. Then go down to measure 15. Let you figure out where that is. There's a 13 you can count across. You have the C and E together. And then they want you to lift. Isn't this sweet? They're helping you out. The lift isn't part of the music, that's just something in there. And the circled numbers, again, that's Faber's way of telling you you moved. You're simply going to move the right hand up a step. One thing, a second. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're just going up. Just lift up and move up, it's fine. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. See, we have a problem in piano we have to watch out for, and that is when you have the same hand position moving around like this, because it's 1 and 3 exactly the same, we tend to tense up because we want to hold that. We don't want to move. No, you don't want to tense up. Let the wrist collapse a little bit, and that will prevent you from tensing up. Here, then, just lift up and move. Takes a little practice to get used to, and you should do it in both hands. It doesn't matter what the notes are, any notes. Any note, practice it in both hands. And then that last measure. Well, the right hand's up here, fine. And then fortunately, they put a note there, the lowest C. On an 88 key piano, on a full keyboard, it's down here. If you have a short keyboard, you just play the lowest C you have. The written music, that note is that note. But in my opinion, it's a waste of time to try and memorize that. I can't glance at that note and know how many ledger lines that is. See, each of those little lines are called ledger lines. I don't know how many that is. I have to stop and count it out. And at that point, what I do, if they don't tell me, is I write in. I take a pencil and write in the name of the note, so I don't have to keep figuring it out. So just play the lowest C you got. That's all. So you're up here. There. Which finger you use is up to you. Just use a finger down here. Use little finger, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's soft, so the little finger comes in handy. You want to play it soft. You almost have to play that very soft because it's so low down. It'll come out louder by itself. Now once you have the notes and the rhythm figured out, go through and get out any hesitation. So it's a steady beat. You should be able to play this without looking at the keyboard until you have to start moving up. You might have to look down for those. Then we think about the articulation. That's here are the slurs. Really, these are phrases. You're going to connect them and then lift up between them. Lift up. Lift up. You just lift up between them. That's all. Dynamics. MF is mezzo forte or sort of loud. Whatever you think that is. Not loud, just sort of loud. And you're staying there until measure 16, it looks like. They give you a soft. And then they tell you to grow louder. Isn't that nice? Grow louder. You're gradually going to get louder. And the last two measures, the next to the last measure, you're loud. Don't get loud till then. And this is a problem we have to think about in music. When they span this out, you're going to gradually get louder over measures. You have to plan it out. Otherwise, you'll be loud by measure 17. I'll be... Right now, I'm loud already, measure 18. So I have to plan it out. Well, it depends on the situation. Here, I'm going to do it a measure at a time. I'm going to be soft, just a hair louder, louder, loud. So I just do it like a measure at a time. I gradually get louder. And then the last one is soft, all of a sudden. The problem is make sure all the notes sound. I didn't do that. Maybe you can do that. You got to make sure that weight goes down on all the notes gently. Let the wrist collapse a little bit, just soft. Yeah. Suddenly soft is what they say. Suddenly is nice to know, but the P tells you it's suddenly. And then the speed. Whatever gently is, or the tempo, I don't know. Just somewhere. The half notes are going to want to speed it up a little bit. And the quarter notes will want to slow it down a little. So you have to find something in between that fits both. One speed throughout. Now they've added pedal there toward the end. So let's talk about the pedal. On measure 15, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. I'm going to hold the pedal down all the way to the end. Everything comes up together. Now, that's basically the pedal. Now be careful on using the pedal. Don't get lazy. We don't want to start relying on the pedal to do what we should be doing with the fingers and the hands. That's main reason, well, one of the reasons for learning a piece without pedal first. So you make sure the fingers are doing everything they're supposed to do. And that way when you do add the pedal, you can hear the difference in the sound. See, some teachers will teach like, if it's got pedal, you add pedal right at the beginning. And I don't agree with that approach at all. I want the fingers to do what they need to do, and I want to hear what it sounds like without pedal. So when I add the pedal, I'm aware of what's going on, and I know my fingers are doing, because on these, it gets to the point where you could play these short. The pedal will take care of it. So I want to hold it out with the hand. I want that to be silent. It's just a technique thing where make sure the hands are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Don't use the pedal to cover it up. about the articulation. I missed it before, I'll say it now. Most of the time they've been using the slur line to indicate the musical sentences, the phrases, the musical thoughts. So you lift up here. Lift up. Well, look out, because in the third line, those cherub lines are indicating slurs. You connect all that together. All of that is one phrase. So you have to be careful on these. I don't know if that's an error in the music or what it is, but in a major 12, don't lift up between those. Connect it all together. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, the louds and soft. I'm going to play it all about the same. I'm not going to do the pedal, because then you can hear the notes better without pedal. All we're doing is checking the notes and the rhythms. Are you playing the same note I'm playing at the same time? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off.